Australian politicians have stooped to a new low. It's official. This is probably the lowest point in their political history. In my books, what is going on with these Muppets? Trying to use the Chinese government scare tactics to prevent people from getting solar on their roofs in Australia. Their claims are absolutely preposterous. The kind of nonsense which just should be removed from any proper, mature adult discussion about the future of our energy network. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. I'm Sam Evans. I'm the Electric Viking. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. Renew Economy says that the coalition says inverters, solar inverters in rooftop solar systems are a national security risk and will expose you to being executed by the Chinese Communist Party. Now, they don't really say that, but that's kind of what they're inferring, some kind of diabolical plot. The country's solar network could be exposed to hacking risks from overseas, the federal opposition has warned. Now, I want to just mention the federal opposition believes renewable energy is a terrible idea. It wants to prevent the country from moving towards renewable energy. Don't get me wrong, I've never really supported the Labor government. If you're an Australian, I've never been that kind of person. I don't know. I just haven't supported really either side. But I find these recent comments from the coalition, so one side of government, to be utterly ridiculous. They are supporting nuclear. There's not a country in the world that now recognises nuclear as the option for future energy generation. And Australia is already racing towards 82% renewables by 2030. It will almost certainly achieve that goal. So why the coalition network feels the need to try and sabotage this very, very impressive world-leading charge by Australia's wind, solar and battery industries, I don't know. The coalition said a review of solar systems found 60% of smart inverters, which connect solar panels to the internet, had been made by Chinese firms that fall under the country's national intelligence laws. Therefore, all of you are being spied upon by some sort of evil plot. Opposition energy spokesman Ted O'Brien said the inverters made by the companies could be taken over by Chinese officials for spying purposes, due to them being under the foreign laws. Energy security is national security, he said. Providing affordable and reliable energy that is free from foreign interference should be first order priorities of government. Labor is falling on all fronts. At any point now, you're going to be hacked, the Chinese will spy on you, and you'll disappear in the middle of the night. Nothing is more important than guaranteeing Australia's security, and electrifying grid is central to this. Now, obviously, they didn't say you're going to disappear in the middle of the night. I made that part up and added it, but they're inferring some sort of diabolical plot, which is just utterly ridiculous. Opposition Home Affairs spokesman James Patterson, who oversaw the review, said the number of inverters in the grid would rise due to the government's renewable energy target of 82% by the end of the decade, trying to stop that from happening because they say nuclear is the only option, fossil fuels are good, but we should just keep nuclear and just have a bunch of nuclear power plants all around Australia. Now, I don't personally have any problems with nuclear power plants, except for the fact that they're stupidly expensive. They cost almost always double the price that is listed, and take almost always triple the time to build than what is said they will take. It's just not a viable option for so many reasons. Not to mention, no one wants to live near them. Everyone lives miles away from them. No one wants to live anywhere near a nuclear power plant. Have you seen where they are located all around the world? People choose to live a long, long way away, and they never, ever, ever, even when they're decommissioned, choose to move back. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair thing to do. What that means, though, is these power plants take up an astronomical amount of land, where we could just easily stick a bunch of solar panels, wind turbines, and batteries instead, which can be deployed very quickly. He said the situation has left the energy grid vulnerable to potential Chinese attacks. The real danger point comes when these products reach a critical mass, when they reach a significant proportion of our rooftop solar, and therefore a significant proportion of our electricity grid. This could be disrupted by an external party, by a signals intelligence agency like the People's Liberation Army Cyberspace Force or the Ministry of State Security Cyber Hacking Unit. I'm kind of not really understanding what exactly they're going to learn from hacking into a solar panel. What exactly would they discover? I mean, I don't think they have speakers or cameras on them. So what exactly is this inverter going to do for them? Access the internet? Oh, wow. Okay. A spokesman for Home Affairs Minister Claire O'Neil said the government was working to identify potential threats to national security. The threats have been ignored for the last decade under a government which was asleep at the wheel on cybersecurity and the need to protect the infrastructure that Australians rely on every day, the spokesman said. The opposition and Senator Patterson should explain to the Australian people how their government turned a blind eye to procurement from high-risk vendors for a decade. Assistant Climate Change Minister Jenny McAllister told Sky News there were issues with supply chain concentration across the renewable sector. It's why we are so focused on looking at ways that we can expand our own domestic manufacturing capability, because we shouldn't be so reliant on a single source for any aspect of critical element of our national infrastructure. Now, I agree, we shouldn't be reliant on anything. That's the whole... when I started this channel, I blabbed on about that to no end. No country should have a monopoly on producing anything. That's why the IRS is great, right? It helps America produce batteries. It helps keep global stability. It helps them from being a complete monopoly on car production by China. That's brilliant. I understand how that can apply to solar panels. We don't want China to make everyone's solar panels. We don't want them to make everyone's inverters, because they could spy on us and do diabolical things to us in the middle of the night, maybe touch us in funny places. Now, I'm kind of being obviously ridiculous about this, because it's all ridiculous. There's no need to have people walking around in fear because of potential Chinese sabotage, because the Chinese are going to come and attack you at any moment of the day. This stuff is mostly just political grandstanding and nonsense made to get you to be scared. If you're scared, you'll do whatever government says. The big good government will protect you and make you safe, and you should do everything that they say because you're scared because of the big bad Chinese. They're going to come and get you. I hate this kind of stuff. This isn't true. The world is getting better every year. You know what? We haven't had a war for how long, right? Yes, okay, Russia and Ukraine. Outside of that, the truth is global peace has been unbelievable since World War II. Yes, there's been small wars and things here and there, but nothing major, nothing like we had in the past. The truth is the world is trending in an amazing direction toward peace, energy security, the ability to make our own products through 3D printing and having our own energy source to create things rather than having to depend on other countries for oil. We don't have to do that with batteries, solar and wind. We create our own energy. Cheaper energy, that's what that's bringing as well. You having your solar panels on your roof is something you should absolutely do. Don't listen to this crap. You have your own solar panels, have your own batteries if that's what you want to do, because that's going to give you the power to make decisions. That's going to give you the power to create your own energy. That's going to give you choice. And choice, my friends, is one of the most powerful things any human being can have. That is the positive news here. Thank you for listening. That's my take. Let me know what your take is in the comments. Bye-bye.